Hello, welcome to Swig & Steve's Bargain Beer Reviews, and it's definitely a review today. I know the last 3 videos have not been reviews. I'm back on the wagon again with the reviews, and I think today this is definitely got to be the cheapest beer so far on Swig & Steve's Bargain Beer Reviews. Now this is, and I've been looking for this for a long time, and Tesco used to do a version of this, but I had to go to Morrison's for. Look at that. That is, I don't know what it's called. It's called Savers. Great Value Bitter. What's the alcohol volume on this though? What do you think? Now it came in at 22.5p a can, 90p for 4 cans, would you believe? What do you reckon the alcoholic volume could be? 5%? Nah. 4%? Too high. 3%? Still a bit too high. 2.5%? No. 2%. This comes in at 2%. Alright, so there we go. Now, yes. Will this be more reasons to shop at Morrison's, do we think? $4.40 can. So yeah, it's always at this price, I'm guessing anyway, so it's not on an offer price, it's just this all the time. So this is the price. If you're going to Morrison's, you will find it at that price. So here we go, let's have a go at this. I've never ever Jesus. God, it's gone everywhere. Sorry for blasphemy there. We'll have to take some off the top. Yeah, that was extremely explosive. Okay. God, Gordon Bennett. I've not even moved that. I don't know why that's exploded. Right, so half the can's all over the floor. Here we go. For those of you that have never seen my beer reviews before, normally I do them in my garden outhouse, but sometimes I do them in the car if I'm just on the move somewhere and or I've just pulled up at home. I just want to do a quick review just before I get in. Do you know what? That's what it looks like. So it's almost like this is a caramel coloured beer. It's a caramel coloured beer. It's clear. It's not conditioned. It's got you can see there. It's got about 5 fingers with a fluffy head, white fluffy head at that. Yeah, I'm pouring into a cocktail glass. That's the nearest thing I've got in the car to a glass. There we go. What am I getting on that? Well, I'll tell you something now. That smells better than Galahad. It probably smells better than the Braxberry I had the other day, actually. Now I've got to rate this relative to the price I've paid for it. You can tell some sort of like syrup's been put into this, just like some sort of caramel malty syrup. But it does smell. It smells like caramel. It smells sweet. It's malty. It's got that sort of baked bread smell to it. Yeah, not bad at all. Nice. Actually, I mean, having said that, relative to the price I paid for this, it smells similar to something like Bombardier, where you've got that sort of like copper coin smell going on. You know, where someone's dropped some copper coins in there. A bit tinny, bit metallic-y. But it smells better than I thought it would. Here we go, chin chin. It's mildly refreshing. Do you know what? I'd drink that again. In garden, this in fridge. You've been gardening all day, you just want something to refresh your and maybe you want a few, and you don't want to, you don't want to get drunk, or because it's only 2%, you just want something to drink that resembles alcohol a little bit, or resembles beer a little bit, and it's actually alright. It's on the flavour. It's thin, as you'd expect, it's really thin, it's watery. It doesn't taste, it's not overcarbonated though, on the flavour at all. Maybe that's because it exploded all over the car, so all the carbonation's now all over me, all over my car upholstery. It's sweet, it's caramelly, it's almost got quite a nice breadiness to it on the back, but it's also got this really horrible thin sort of like metallic cheapness to it. But that's expected. It's barely drinkable, this, which is good for the price. I think if I'd have paid a bit more for this, it would be on the undrinkable scale, if you know what I mean. But I've got to take into consideration how much I've paid for this. Now, Galahad, I paid 53p for that, and it didn't taste it. I don't think that were as good as this. That was a lager, bearing in mind, and this is a bitter. It's not bad. It's the kind of thing, if you go walking or something, you know, you want to go hiking, and you just want to whack a couple of cans or something in your bag, just to, you know, wet your whistle. That'd be all right. Because it is almost like drinking water to a certain extent, you know what I mean, with some stuff in it. Yeah. Where am I going to go with this one? It's barely, it's the 4, so I'm going to put it into the 4s out of 10. It's barely drinkable, but I'm going to give it a 4.6 out of 10, I think. It's like barely drinkable on the sort of... I mean, it's tepid, don't get me wrong. But in one can of that, if you were really thirsty, you'd knock it back. And you paid 22.5p for it. And you've got to put that into perspective. So for that, it gets a 4.6 out of 10. And actually, it's worth the bloody money. It's worth the money, that. But on the same hand, after drinking one of these, I don't think I could tolerate drinking another one. I could maybe push 2 down, and then after that I'd be like, you know, I've had enough now. Because it does leave that sort of artificial flavour. I think that's the word to put it. The artificial sort of coating in my mouth, where the flavours in this, yes, there's hops in it, but I just feel like, let's see what it says on the can. Might give me some tasting notes. No, it doesn't. No tasting notes, I'm afraid. Take it to... Yeah. So, it is what it is. Just a plain Jane beer. Oh, what that? Oh, it's vegetarian. That's good then. So all you vegetarians out there, you can safely spend your 90p. And now you got your money's worth without eating any meat. Or anything else that's meat related to a beer. Yeah, give it another swish round. Got this air freshener that my daughter's bought for me in car, and God bless her. She found it for me because she wanted me, because she said my car stunk a bit. So I said, oh, that's lovely, thank you. Put it in car, and it's just like cheap, like Brut. It's like men's Brut or something like that in my car. God, it smells vile. But yeah, she loves it, and I thought, yeah, it'll hopefully, because it's a cheap one, it'll run out, so it'll probably last forever, won't it? It smells bad. But yeah, it's like I've got a bit of that coming through on my beer. It's almost got a bit of a petrol smell to it, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, it's sweet. It's got that toffee baked breadiness to it. It smells cheap, but actually, relative to the price I paid for this gets a 4.6 out of 10. And it's tolerable. And I'm not going to throw them away, I'm going to drink them myself. So that says something, doesn't it? Whereas the Galahad, I don't think I could drink the rest of that. The Skol, definitely not. It's vile. Skol is the worst drink I think I've had. And that's the worst thing I've reviewed, the Skol stuff. But that, cheap beer. The thing is, students, right? Because I don't know how many students watch this, but I'm trying to think who would buy this. Obviously someone who's not got a lot of money, which is fair enough. The thing is with students, they want to drink it just to get drunk, and you're going to have to drink a lot of that to get drunk because it's 2%, so maybe not the best value for money there. Not that I encourage anybody to get drunk, of course, because that's not good. But anyway, I've been Swigging Steve. Hopefully see you on the next review, and yeah, see you next time. Bye.